So received an interesting message. I want to read the message and I want to respond to it. This person says, "Hi Freddie, I'm from England and I'm enjoying your videos and saw the one on Shannon Lee and Dana White. I have to agree with you, and both Shannon and Linda Lee have made a fortune on Bruce Lee's name with merchandise and documentaries and clothing, etc. There has always been a family feud between them and Bruce Lee's family in Hong Kong, meaning Bruce Lee's mom and sisters and brothers and Robert Lee especially, because they know the truth on how Bruce Lee really died and not the bullshit that has come out from others. And also they know that Linda and Shannon have been in the business for many years and making loads of money out of Bruce Lee's name. Only one that hadn't was Brandon, and apparently before he died in 1993 he wanted to open the case surrounding his father's death in 1973 and believed that there was more to his father's death and that it was not cerebral edema. There's a book by Linda Lee's ex-husband Tom Bleacher called Unsettled Matters, which is a must-read, which he has access to all of Bruce Lee's papers and info while married to Linda, and they divorced, but he traveled all over and to Hong Kong to do the research and had been threatened by Linda's attorney and estate if he released the book. The book should be on Amazon.com, and it's a great book and honest, because Tom was a student and friend of Bruce Lee's, apparently, but well worth a read. Kind regards." So a very interesting message. A lot of stuff that this guy said I never knew about or never heard about. You know, it is very true that Linda Lee and Shannon Lee are just banking off of Bruce like crazy. And if you look at the circumstances of how he died, he passed away in an actress's home. And I think supposedly he was having an affair with that actress. And just think about it. If he's having an affair with that actress, I don't think Linda would be too happy about that. Right, Jenny?
Probably like, kill that bastard. Kill that bastard for cheating.
So basically, if I was at some girl's home and I'm like, you know, making love to another girl, I think Jenny wouldn't be too happy about that.
I would plan for Freddie's death.
Jenny just said that she'll plan for my death. So
yeah, for cheating on me.
Maybe Linda was not too happy with Bruce, and maybe Bruce got murdered. Maybe it was all like arranged. Maybe he was assassinated. I mean, Shannon Lee, I could just see right through her. She's just like such a she's so like fake. She just wants the money. But Brandon Lee was something different. He was like true. He was a true human being. Brandon Lee wasn't all about the money. You know, he wanted to like represent something deep, you know. And I felt that with Brandon Lee, but Shannon Lee's just a sellout. You know, and this guy agrees with me, and that's what I think. And as far as Linda Lee is concerned, I don't know, you know what I mean? It just seems like everything that she says is all scripted. It just seems like all she cares about is just keeping Bruce's name like legendary and
what others want her to say.
Keeping his reputation intact so that she can continue to profit off of his, you know, his death, you know. But as far as like the real circumstances of how he died, I mean, there is quite a possibility that, hey, you know, he got murdered, you know what I'm saying? And you think about it, what about Bruce's mom? What about his brothers and his sisters in Hong Kong? You don't hear anything about them.
Nothing.
You know, like there's something very skeptical going on, and then all of a sudden Brandon Lee gets murdered, or pretty much, you know, so-called accidentally gets killed exactly 20 years later, pretty much. Brandon Lee dies in 1993, Bruce Lee dies in 1973, so exactly 20 years later, Brandon Lee dies. And then this guy mentioned that Brandon Lee wanted to reopen that case, and then all of a sudden he gets killed. I mean, really, it's like,
Oh yeah.
that's pretty.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Reopen the case.
On his father's
Whoa.
death, you know, and I'm like, you know, I mean, I think it's pretty easy to arrange a person's death and make it seem like it's an accident or some tragedy when in actuality it was done on purpose. I mean, even what happened to like Michael Jackson, I mean, his doctor just like overdosed him on some drugs and he dies. You know, and like it's so easy, I mean, for them to just like slip something into Bruce's drink or something like that and kill him. You know, and Linda Lee, maybe they threatened her life and said, you know, if you don't go along with this plan, we're just gonna kill you too. And then she's like, you know what? I'll just listen to what you tell me to say, and I'll just make money off of it, and I'll just pretend like it never happened or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So.
He's tired.
But yeah, that was an interesting message. I wanted to share that with everybody. And I don't know, maybe I should check out that book that he mentioned. But I would not be surprised if Bruce Lee was murdered. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. Definitely don't trust no Shannon Lee. But Linda Lee, I don't know about her. I don't know, because I mean, think about it. I mean, if she feels that Bruce was cheating on her,
Later.
she's probably pissed off at Bruce and wants him to die. Just like Jenny said. Right,
Yeah.
Jenny?
And I'll be celebrating once he's dead for cheating on me.
You see that evil laugh?
Oh yeah. Wow, it's beautiful.
So,
Don't ruin it.
if I mysteriously die, take a look at this video.
I'll be jumping for joy with your dad after you cheated on me.
If I get caught in some female's home,
Yep.
take a look at this video.
Yep. Innocent
And
until proven.
you'll know the truth.
You're innocent until proven guilty.
And then Jenny gets all these profits from FMK.
And our kids grow up and Angelina grows up and make money off of you.
And then Angelina starts
Becoming like Shannon
yeah,
Lee.
like Shannon Lee, and she just starts taking all, you know, just like selling out.
and say,
And then
"See,
Brandon Lee gets murdered. And Jet don't know nothing.
And Angelina sells out her dad saying, Freddy's Modern Kung Fu is the father of MMA. Oh my gosh. I'll read
Jet doesn't know what's going on. Brandon's murdered. Well, who's left? There's Ken
Keel.
and Keo. Let's see what they're gonna do. So Angelina becomes Shannon. Jenny becomes Linda.
That's nasty. That's funny.
Cover up the real murder. Maybe Linda Lee arranged the death.
Maybe hired a hitman to
Because
threaten the
she's
mistress.
pissed off. Shoot.
I bet you Linda probably knew Bruce Lee was having an affair, but wouldn't face up to it, but didn't admit to it. I bet she knew.
Who knows? Yes, they sure don't talk about that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of skeptical things going on here.
And rumors.
But you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he was murdered. You know?
Don't you need to warm that up, Brandon?
So
I did.
that's something that we gotta.
Take a break
That's
and
the
eat it now.
reality
You're
of
not
what
gonna
it's
eat and
like
touch
out
all
there
that.
in this
It's getting
world,
dirty.
this real
Yeah.
world.
No, I do.
Is
Then eat
it's
it.
not a pretty thing.
It's getting very
It's
dirty.
not
I
a
cleaned
pretty
it. Look how
thing.
dirty it is again. You guys
Just think about it, like, if the police did something corrupted, they're not gonna tell you. They're gonna hide it.
Yep.
Same thing with this, you know. If he got murdered, they're not gonna tell you, oh, you know, Bruce Lee was murdered.
I did it.
Yeah.
I put a gun to his mistress and say, do this and do that, and he'll die for sure.
They're not gonna tell you. You gotta read between the lines. You gotta see what's going on. And the same thing with Brandon Lee. All of a sudden, oh, you know, he accidentally gets shot. I mean, really?
Yeah,
It's
right.
just a bunch of bull.
All those Predator movie and Rambo, all the gunshot. You tell me that nobody died, but then Brandon Lee dies. It's a setup.
I know, something's going on here.
Obvious.
Something's going on, something fishy. They want to kill off the real martial arts. Something like that.
And that's how MMA comes by.
Yep.
Or Steven Seagal comes by and exists when he should be at the gym working out.
Exactly.
All right.
Goodbye.